with the last of the gloves. Might have some rubbish ones after this. I've got 2 odd gloves on. So yeah, I went out this morning, really early this morning. I took the nitro out I've been dealing with. Yeah, started up really fine. Not really that many issues of starting it up. I think I did jump a spline on the servo here, and then it made it go out of tune a little bit. Servo horn performed really well, but I think what it is one of 2 issues. This is like 180 and 270 throw on this servo, so I've got a lot more room to play with. So obviously when I touch these 2 buttons here, one does the brake throw, one does the actual throttle throw. If I touch them, it goes all out. Not it goes all out, it's just that it's at the wrong setting, and I could put too much force on the brake, which makes this jump. So at some point I've got to put a little sticker here to say that's the maximum brake force I should have, and this is the maximum servo. Then that will stop me from actually having too much force this way or having too much force that way and jumping the actual spline. Other than that, it's better than the 60-degree servo, because that doesn't give me any play at all. So I need to get like a 90-degree, where it's like 45 degrees each way. I'm not too sure how that's going to work, but I need to get one of those. I put this fuel filter in, ran a treat. So obviously the other fuel filter gauze must be dirty, because I looked up in the sky and that one looked a bit patchy, then this one looked a bit cleaner, and it seems to run fine with this. Engine is fine. It's a little bit hunty with the idle, but I've got this noise. So what I've noticed is this. Can you see this spur? That's actually loose. It's all come loose. I don't think I Loctite this in, so it's come loose. I need to take this out. The pull start, even though I changed the collet, it still gets stuck, but I can recover it. It's got like a recovery system. And also I've ordered the Kevlar pull string. I might change this engine out though. I might go up to the 21 SP, which is a more modern engine, and I can get bits for it. But for now, running wise, it ran sweet, bar the servo and obviously this. The engine, once you get the engine running, it starts up all the time. As I say, the servo, me twiddling with the knobs on there, makes the car run differently. And I had set it in one setting, then I might put the controller down in haste, accidentally move the knob, and then I think I haven't moved it, and then I'm adjusting the car. My brain says adjust the car to suit. I had to adjust the car to suit for the fuel filter anyway. There was a good guy where we were on location who pointed out to me, you've got more pressure in the fuel line, so you have to have a richer mix. If you go direct, you can go a little bit leaner because you've got more fuel going in. So that's the way you think. But thank you for that. I can't even remember your name, but yeah, that kind of advice won't be forgotten. So yeah, we're going to take this out, just have a quick look around, have a look at this center dip and see if I've actually mashed that gear. It was actually running like that for like 2 laps and it ran out of fuel. That's the only time I stopped, otherwise I would have kept on going. So how that was going, I didn't have a clue. You might see the video where I actually was saying there's a noise and I thought it was the rear diff, and it wasn't, and it was locking, and it wasn't, it was this. So should we do it on camera or off camera? Let's have a look how quickly we can get this out. We're just going to get it out and then just make sure things are okay-ish, maybe, or maybe I have to make an order. I'm not going to be running this car for a while, so I might as well just have a look. I might as well have a quick look and see. Oh, what's going on? That's definitely Loctite in there. Oh, there you go. It's a bit funny with the Loctite, because you wipe a bit off and that's it. It doesn't do anything. That one hasn't done anything, and that one hasn't done anything. So I kind of know. Just before we take that out, let's take this off. This linkage off. Also, I've ordered some shocks caps for these that are worn away, but I'm not too sure if these look the right size. These look a little bit bigger than what I've got down here, so I'm going to take one of these off and have a look. It could be the wrong one. This is quite an old car, so the bits that are sold are for the newer cars. So let's take that out. I forgot about. Oh, that's actually fallen off. Oh, look at that. Clutch has disappeared. Screw has gone. I've got another screw. Doesn't matter. Bearing's gone. I think I've got another bearing. What I want to need to do is check the teeth on this, which I have to check it against another one. So see, that goes there. Clutch shoe, one of the clutch shoes snapped. Alright, let's check this spur. Yeah, it's possibly. I think it'll work, but looks like to me I need another one. Doesn't really go to a point, but so we'll see if we can get another one. In that place it's good, it's okay, because I think these are actually flat, come with anyway. I'd love to compare it with another one. I think it does go to a point, but it is naturally flat at the actual ends. This is where it's hit it on the side. Look, where it's gone. It's gone completely. So that will teach me not to ignore what I was thinking in the first place. Just there, it's a little bit taller there, a little bit smaller here. So I'm gonna have a look online. Shall I take that out? Yeah, I think we should take it out and have a closer look. Let's take this out, we'll have a closer look. So that and that, I know what's going on with this. This is all cool. Okay. Oh my god, there's two of them. Oh, no. Oh my god, what is going on with that one? There you go. Let's tap this one in. Yeah, that's out. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to put this one back in, because I haven't got any screws like this. I haven't got any like that. And so that can come away from there like that, leaving me the cams, and then I can take away these. Make sure dig your holes out. Yeah, you can see it there. You see it there? So I need to take a closer look at it. Right, welcome to RC Cars R Us. As you can see, my desk is a little bit messy. I took the car out a few days ago, and this clutch bell actually came off, and it was grinding away, sort of grinding away on the on this center diff, and basically the teeth are a little bit flat compared to this one. It's just taken the edge off, but I think this was like that anyway. These are quite big teeth, so you can run them a little bit flat around the edge, but it is flat compared to like this one and compared to this one. And also I need to get a center diff because this gear doesn't look the best. Anyway, going back to the story, it was mucking about. It was like making a funny noise. I thought it was the rear diff, but realised that this clutch bell had come off the actual engine. It had come out. I lost that screw, and yeah, it was just hanging off like this. And I've worked out now what it was. So basically, where you got this shaft, this little collet sits on top of that shaft, and then this sits on top here. Obviously you've got the clutch shoes that sit like something like this, and you can see this clutch shoe is snapped off because this had gone missing. Basically it was that far away from the actual clutch, so it wasn't doing anything. So it sits like this, but what happened was this actually unscrewed itself. So where you got on this one, it's screwed on tight, it actually unscrewed itself. So what happened was, as it unscrewed, it travels towards the end of the shaft, and then what it does, it binds so tight that it actually starts undoing this screw as it's turning. So this backs out, that goes missing, and then that just comes off. And then I think where this clutch bell was actually hanging off, as the car was still rotating, this clutch shoe was hanging on like that, and I think it just broke off. It could have been the other way around, actually. It makes more sense if it was the other way around. Yeah. Anyway, it broke off. So now it's a case of, I couldn't work it out for quite a long time until I actually took everything off, and then I realised that every time I did the screw up, it was binding. This wouldn't move. The clutch bell wouldn't move freely to the actual clutch itself. So if I get, say, this engine, that should always spin freely. Shouldn't move this. Should always spin freely. Doesn't matter how tight you do that up, this should always spin freely. That means the post inside is actually a little bit higher than the bearings, and then you put a washer on so this doesn't move. You shim it really with these kind of where is it? Oh, it's in here. It's in here. So basically you got these kind of shims, they're called shims, and you can make them up where when you do this screw up, it's really tight on the end of the post, and then you've got a washer over the top. You've got a washer over the top of the post, and therefore the actual gear, this gear, doesn't move back and forth. So that's how you basically build it. And I didn't know that until I actually done everything, and I was working out why it was binding, and then I just nipped this up even more, and then all of a sudden it became free. So I don't know if that makes sense, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. So so now I've bought like a generic clutch system with a 3-piece clutch. The original had a 2-piece clutch, so I'm just trying out a 3-piece clutch, and basically you can just do that, and that spins. So if I put this screw into here, into the end. Now that post that you saw is a little bit above the bearings. It's just tiny. I don't even think it's even a mil. It's like 0.5 of a mil. So if I do this up really tight, that should spin. That's right. Let's compare. It's got a little bit of play, but you can get away with that. You can get away with that. You can shim it a little bit more where you've got no play, like this one. Again, look, you've actually got nothing. And this is a little bit more tighter, but it'll wear in. And this one's a little bit looser, you see. Mind you, I've got no clutch in there, so yeah, it's a bit like that. It doesn't matter how tight you do this screw up, it'll actually turn the whole engine round. Let's see, doesn't matter how tight. So usually you get a pair of mole grips, hold on to here and just do this up really tight, and sometimes you put even Loctite on it, and that's the way it should be, because the center post is a little bit higher than the bearings, therefore this can't go anywhere. So that's how I've done with this. This is how I found out that this clutch had all been loose, and I should have checked it really by taking the engine out and actually checking the clutch, but I just got excited and I just ran it. So, and that's about it. So I'm going to get on with it. I'm going to go off camera. I'll be back with some more developments.